Hey guys, Pastor Phil Yates from the Greater Sydney Conference. Hope you're well. Hope you're going for walks, going for runs, getting outside. One thing I like to do is to take my little friend for a walk. She's 4 years old. She's a girl. And her name is Mabel. Say hi, Mabel. Did you hear that? She said hi. Didn't really, but she loves you. She loves Pathfinders. She loves going for walks. And she is an amazing little dog. Now, today we are doing the Waterfall on her. Loving that. So we're going to get straight into it. Spent about 40 seconds. Let's get into it, guys. Okay, a block waterfall. If you've seen Niagara Falls, that was me doing a waterfall. It's wider than it is high. A curtain waterfall is higher than it is wide. So that's the difference between curtain and block. We're not going to do curtain today. We're going to talk about the block waterfall. A massive amount of water going over a cliff, right? From a wide river. So it's wider than it is tall. Cascading waterfall is a cascading with multiple kind of rocks going down, and it cascades over those rocks. There's no pools, plunge pools going down on the way down. It's just cascading, continually cascading. There might be a plunge pool at the bottom. But that's a cascade waterfall. You can see the pictures, guys, okay? Horsetail waterfall. Horsetail starts from a small stream and then going over a cliff, usually a really, really steep, long cliff. And as it goes down, it kind of fans out a little bit. Not like a fan waterfall, because there is such a thing. It's like a horsetail. Kind of looks like a horsetail. Kind of fans out a wee bit. And there's mist and stuff blowing up. A plunge waterfall. Plunge waterfall occurs when there's fast-moving water going over a cliff and it's an uninterrupted sheet of water. So there's no rocks or anything kind of interrupting it. Straight over. Get that? Good. Segmented waterfall is where part of the water goes over there, part of the water goes over there. So it's there's a rock or something protruding out, kind of stopping the water from all flowing over the one cliff. So it's segmented. You can see the picture. Next one is a tiered waterfall. Tiered waterfall describes those that it kind of goes over a waterfall into a plunge pool, then tiers, the water goes out of that into another waterfall down to a plunge pool. And you can kind of see that the key with this is you can see it from a vantage point. So you can see the actual tiers like that. We're going to get into, look, we've only been 3 minutes, guys. We are racing through this. So now we're going to go to the Bible. I'm going to read some verses, and we're going to talk about what the water kind of symbolizes in that verse and what's kind of going on in the story. Here we go. John 9, verse 11 says this, and he answered and said, a man called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and said to me, go to the pool of Siloam and wash. So I went to the pool and washed and received sight. What's going on there? Well, we're talking about a guy that was blind from birth. And he actually comes to the Pharisees. He starts explaining to them what went on. This guy, Jesus, made this clay, spat on dirt, made clay, rubbed it on my eyes and said, go to the pool and wash off and you'll be healed. So these Pharisees were more concerned with Jesus making clay on the Sabbath than actually a guy getting healed. Don't understand that. But anyway, what does the water symbolize in this? The water symbolizes the man's faith. And because the man was blind and not healed, he went to the water and washed. And because of his faith, he was healed. A bit like Naaman. And little maid asked him, this is what, go and see the prophet. And the prophet said to him, go and wash 7 times in the River Jordan. You know the story, 2 Kings 5, if you want to read that story. And nothing happened. And nothing happened the first time, second time, until the 6th. Nothing still happened. 7th time he went under, the leprosy went. Same kind of thing. Water symbolized his faith. And the next one we're looking at is John 13. We're getting through these. We're up to 5 minutes. John 13, verse 5 This is what it says. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with a towel, which he had girded around his waist. So what's happening here? The verse is talking about the Last Supper, when Jesus was eating his last meal with his disciples. And he brings out this water basin and a towel, puts over his shoulder. You know, you've seen it happen in church. We do it now. And he's scooping down and washing his disciples' feet. Some of the disciples were like, oh, no, because they're just finished talking about who's the greatest in the kingdom. Who's the greatest? And Jesus says, let me give you an example of who the greatest is. And he goes down and serves. Upside down kingdom, Jesus believes in. What does the water then represent in this story? The water represents the cleansing of sin. And this is why we do it. This is why at church we wash each other's feet, but also we get baptized by full immersion. It's the water represents a cleansing of sin and being buried with Jesus and raised with him again. Matthew 3:16. If you're not keeping up and not able to look at these verses because you need more time, just pause the video. It's all good. Matthew 3:16 says this. When he had been baptized, Jesus came up immediately out of the water, and behold, the heavens were opened to him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and lighting upon him. So this is the scene of Jesus' baptism. And Jesus gets baptized by John the Baptist. He comes up out of the water, the Spirit comes down in the form of a dove and lands on Jesus and kind of stays there. What does the water symbolize here? The water is also cleansing. So we do baptism because Jesus was baptized. We do baptism because the water represents the cleansing of our sin. And interesting point, we get baptized in full immersion, and then from then on we wash each other's feet. It's the same kind of thing. That water represents, so do we need to get rebaptized? Let's just get our feet washed, because Jesus says to Peter, no, I don't need to baptize you again. He doesn't actually use them words, but he says, all I need to do is wash your feet. You're already clean. So that's what we use to symbolize that. Now we come to what we're going to do. I know it's 7 minutes, 50 seconds, but we're going to try to get this done in a minute. I know I was going to go for this till 7 minutes, but look, let's make it 10. We're all happy. So these are the things you've got to complete. Complete 2 of the following activities. So I'm going to list about 6 of them. I'm going to list about 5 of them, and you're going to do 2 of these activities, right? Visit a waterfall and write a paragraph telling about your experience. Probs not in this circumstance. If we're out of this isolation period, sure, go to the waterfall and write a paragraph about your experience about going to the waterfall. If we're in isolation, don't go to the waterfall. Stay home. And these are the things you can do when you're at home. Choose a waterfall of your interest. Record the facts and interesting information about that fall that you have selected. Easy. Watch a video about waterfalls. Easy. Make a scrapbook about waterfalls. Include pictures, waterfalls, important information about each one. This may be done as a group project. So there you go. Create a crossword about or a word search about waterfalls. So there's plenty of things you can do during isolation, or if you're out of isolation, you can still do those things. Enjoy those things. Next, the last thing you got to do, and I've got 40 seconds to kind of say it. Okay. Choose 10 waterfalls. 10 waterfalls, and 2 of them have to be in your location. Okay. I'm in Sydney. I'll give you an example. These are the things you got to name. You got to have the name, the height, the waterfall type, the watercourse, and the location. So, for example, Fitzroy Falls is right near me. It's down south of me in Sydney. It's 81 meters high. It's a plunge type, so it's a plunge waterfall. Its watercourse, which is the river that runs into it, is the Fitzroy Falls Reserve. So that's the kind of dam. and then into the Wilds Meadow Creek. The next one would be Carrington Falls. Carrington Falls is 130 to 160 meters high. It's a plunge type waterfall, but can be kind of a horsetail if the water's low. The watercourse is the Kangaroo River, and the location is Carrington Falls, New South Wales, 2577. Location for the other one, I missed that. Location for the Fitzroy Falls is the same place. Fitzroy Falls, New South Wales, 2577. So that's the kind of thing you have to do for 10 waterfalls. Pick 2 near your area and enjoy this honor. It's magic. I'm actually going to release some worksheets that you can do. So them worksheets, look out for a video describing where you can find them and what you can do. So you can do all these honors with worksheets. So enjoy the honor, guys. Take care. Be safe.